people really just have a type, from size and shape to personality to nationality. And after getting to know Lutz over the past couple of seasons, I think we have finally found out his type: Nordic players. Heading into this offseason, St. Louis City SC featured 2 players from Sweden, a Danish player on loan back to his home country, and even an Icelandic player. Since this offseason has started, Lutz has added a Norwegian right back who is playing in Sweden, and has now confirmed his admiration for all things Nordic with the signing of our new Danish left back, Nikolas Dyhr. Dyhr. No, it's Dyhr, I think. Let me check. No, it's Dyhr. After all, the internet can't be wrong. And Dyhr is the subject of today's video, so please like and subscribe if you like this type of City SC content. And here we go. Dyhr comes to St. Louis after starting 69 games. Nice. For FC Midtyjlland, one of the more historically strong teams in Denmark. They currently lead the Superliga at the time of this recording. While Dyhr played a total of 103 games, either starting or coming off the bench, regular playing time for him was a challenge. More on that in a bit. One of the reasons he might have been looking to make a move to MLS was not just playing time, but possibly to crack the Danish national team. He's made 34 appearances for Danish youth clubs from the U16s to the U21s, with 5 appearances for the U21s. The St. Louis City SC Twitter account got some flack though from Danish fans for saying he's coming to St. Louis from Horsens. They're referring to the city he was born in, not AC Horsens, the Superliga team. Transfermarkt's Manuel Veth notes that Dyhr has signed a 3-year deal through the 2026 season with St. Louis, with an option for 2027. The fee to acquire Dyhr from Midtyjlland was about 500,000 euros, plus performance-based incentives, and a percentage of any future transfer. Now that last part is key. Like Thomas Totland, this signing also has the potential to make St. Louis a tidy profit down the road if Dyhr continues to develop with what most assume will be regular first-time minutes in St. Louis. Transfermarkt has Dür's value at 1.5 million euros, suggesting this deal is already a bit of a bargain for Lutz & Company. A journalist for Danish outlet Tipsbladet tells Transfermarkt that, quote, Nikolas is a left back with high technical skills, and he is a player that rarely loses momentum in the game, end quote. And he notes that he had a bit of a difficult time breaking through in Midtyjlland due to internal competition. Midtyjlland is one of the better Danish clubs for developing players, and there was a bit of a logjam at left back there. Now, Football Manager notes that Dyhr is often played further up the pitch as more of a left midfielder sometimes. They describe Dyhr as a pacey player who's naturally fit, works hard, and plays with a lot of determination. Current ability of 114 out of 200 supplants Totland as the best fullback on the team, and like Totland, suggests he also has room to grow. And for you EAFC players out there, here's his FootWiz graphic. You can see he gets high marks for his speed, balance, agility, stamina, and acceleration. It also suggests that he has real two-way ability with virtually equal offensive and defensive abilities. Dyhr effectively replaces John Nelson, who has since signed this offseason with LA Galaxy. In comparing the two, Manuel Veth, the Transfermarkt, notes that Dyhr is 3 years younger than Nelson, while typically producing more crosses and accurate passing. And yes, that should make the likes of Joao Klaus, Nico Joachini, and Sam Adeniran happy as they look to win aerial battles in the box. Lutz is very well aware of the long game, as there are now multiple players on this team that could net St. Louis some big bucks down the road. Dyhr and Totland come to mind, along with Jabulo Blom, for instance. Sam Adeniran has been linked to Europe. Aziel Jackson has been linked to Europe. Even Nico Joachini's value probably has gone up since he came to St. Louis. But Lutz definitely cares about immediate success. We won the West last year after all, and with great success comes great responsibility to repeat that success. We'll be in the CONCACAF Champions Cup this year, which starts about a month from this recording. Also, they'll still be in the Leagues Cup, they'll still be in the Open Cup, maybe, and then of course there is the actual league itself. Matt Baker on Twitter posted a tweet with this projected depth chart for 3 different formations. Here's the one that he posted for a 4-2-3-1, which is my guess for which one Bradley Carnell will roll out more often than not. And one thing struck me as I was looking at it. There is not a single backup player on this depth chart that I would hate having to see in the starting lineup for this team. Even with Jared Stroud and Lucas Bartlett traded away, we still have solid depth at wing and at defense. I think Celio Pompeo and Tomas Ostrak are poised for breakout years. We saw last season Indy Vasilev is a Swiss Army knife that can play cam, wing, and a number 8, and our striker depth is stacked if we play primarily with a single striker. Oh, and I really dig the Scandinavian flair on our back wings like now. This is a Danish national team jersey, by the way. And starting off from there, we have left back Nikolas Dyhr. From Sweden, we have center back Joachim Nilsson. From Norway, it's right back Thomas Totland. And from
the United States of America, yeah!
Tim Parker. Remember, the United States just has to be in everyone's business, even this Scandinavian soccer party. It's a very exciting time to be a St. Louis City SC fan, though Dyhr should be the last big splashy signing this offseason, at least in theory. I think many of us agreed that left back, right back, and central defensive midfield depth were big concerns this year. After all, we remember that Jabulo Blom got kind of run down towards the end of the season, and in the playoff series against Sporting Kansas City, really did not look at his best, and I think it was just because he was wore out. But all three of those concerns at left back, right back, and central defensive mid have been filled nicely this offseason with the signings of Dyhr, Totland, and the trade for Chris Durkin. But Matt Baker did note that Dyhr will not take up a young DP slot, an under-22 initiative slot, or even a regular DP slot. So it does leave a DP slot still open. And gosh, who could Lutz go out and possibly sign to fill that last slot? I mean, it had to be someone with some big connection to Lutz from the past, maybe from his time in Germany. It would have to be someone that is really keen on a change of scenery, and someone that might even be willing to cross the pond and get out of his current situation, which is just not going well for him. Yeah, I have no idea who that could be either. But do you think Lutz will go out and fill that last DP slot, or is the big business of the offseason done? And of course, what do you think of the signings so far? Are we going too international with these signings? Because international players do have to adjust to MLS play and the United States in general. We saw Blom had some issues last year adjusting to America, although he did have some other things going on as well, just kind of attributed to bad luck. Leave a comment below and let us know what you think of the offseason so far and what else Lutz might have up his sleeve. And of course, be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this type of content and want to see more in the future. I greatly appreciate it, and it helps fans like you find little channels like this. I'm Tom Franklin, and Yaharig Buksapu.